Guys, I thought I would give you a quick something I've noticed. Crowd mics. So crowd mics for our broadcast will definitely be determined quite a bit by the level of the drums, and also in addition to that, how hot the PA is. So I figured I would kind of run through this real quick and give you a demo of exactly what I'm talking about. This is a way of you guys being able to see what I see. Here is the Logic project pulled up. This is Faithfulness from over the summer. Doesn't matter. It'll work for the purposes of this demo. So let's just give this a listen. I've got to put this at the playhead in the right spot. And we'll just kind of listen to where it's at and play with this idea. So I'm going to solo the crowd mics, and you'll hear what's coming through there now. So, we get a lot of drums. You're not going to completely get rid of it, but it will dictate how hot you can run these. So let's run that beginning again when there's a lot of drums. So obviously that's the loudest thing in the mix. So I'll unsolo this. You can actually hear the slap back, and that's kind of what I was going for. So if I play this back and I reduce this, I'm gonna increase it so that you can hear exactly what's happening, and then I'm gonna reduce it to a level where we get rid of that slap back. So here we go. I'm gonna turn it up really loud and over exaggerate the slap back, and this is kind of what you're listening for. It can get really muddy. It sounds like the drums are in like an arena or a basketball stadium. So if I reduce this, let's run that beginning again, because that's where it's going to be the most prominent. I mean, it's kind of neat to hear all the clapping and stuff, and we certainly want that, but not at the expense of it just being muddy. So here we go. Let's back this up again, and let's begin to reduce this before we get rid of that slap back. Okay, so about right there made a pretty monster difference. And it still sounds pretty live. Because watch, if I mute it, you even notice with Lindsay's vocal, the reverb kind of sits back. So if I open this back up, you can hear a little bit of the crowd again. And you still hear a little bit of drum bleed, but you certainly don't want it to be prominent to where it dirties up the mix. So this next part right here, where we get into this little tom groove, right? So if I back that up, let's back this up and listen to it with a little bit of too much crowd mics, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Hear that kind of just wompiness of the room? It sounds like you've got your comms too loud. Back it back down to here, where it still sounds live. And the easiest thing to do is mix your drums without the crowd mics, at least during sound check, and kind of figure out what's going on, and then add them in to add flavor. We certainly want to hear all that stuff, but it can really muddy up the mix really quick. One more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just solo the drums with the crowd mics and without the crowd mics, so we can kind of hear that. So I'll go back kind of here to the beginning. I will solo the crowd mics and the drum kit, and this should include everything, including the reverb. Let's see. See, we can even hear people talking in my left ear. I hear it right now, right? All right, so let's back up again. No crowd mics. Quite a bit different, so even adding this much adds reverb and stuff to the mix. Hopefully that helps, but let your drums, the bottom line, let the drums dictate how loud you can push the crowd mics. And that's going to vary between who's at front of house, how hard are they mixing the drums, who's drumming, how hard are they playing. You know, there's lots of variants, but This little fader can make or break kind of the cleanliness of the overall mix. Hopefully this didn't go too long, and hopefully this made sense to you guys. And let me know if you have any comments. Reach out to me. Thanks for all you guys do.